No visit to Fortnum's is complete without a taste of our iconic Scotch egg, a perfect mix of jammy egg and seasoned pork, made famous as a traveller's snack in 1738. It's a thing of beauty that cannot be improved. Or can it? In each episode, we invite a special guest to our food and drink studio. They'll discuss their career and talk us through their unique take on our classic dish. We'll taste it and then decide, serve or swerve. Today, I'm joined by artist Zebedee Helm, a BAFTA-nominated illustrator, cartoonist and author. Frequent visitors to Fortnum's will be familiar with Zebedee's distinctive work as it features on product packaging, our Time for Tea cookbook, and on the in-store hoarding when our new double helix staircase was under construction, transforming building works into stunning works of art. He's the first artist we've invited to reinterpret the Scotch egg, and we suspect that his approach will be unlike anything we've seen before on this series. Zebedee, what a treat to have you with us today.
So lovely to be here.
Shall we take a seat? Zebedee, take us back to the start. When did you first realise that art was something that you wanted to pursue seriously and not just as a hobby?
Well, I'd very much done it as a hobby from early childhood. As an only child, I did a lot of drawing to keep myself company. I think I did a painting at school that was a portrait of somebody. And my art teacher was like, that's pretty good. I think you could probably sell that. And that triggered me into thinking, okay, I can make a living out of this.
You work across many different mediums, but playfulness, humour and a touch of the surreal always seem to be a common thread through your work. Is it a conscious decision to lean that way, or are we just seeing an extension of your personality?
I think you're seeing an extension of my personality. I tend to take life quite light-heartedly, and I can normally see the humour in most situations. And I think humour is very beguiling for people. I think it opens people up to suggestion. So using humour, you can make more serious points as well.
How do you strike that balance between telling your own story and what other people can connect with?
I'm very observant, so I'm constantly, my eyes are sort of darting around, looking at people, and which is very universal. And I feel them myself. So if I'm sort of walking behind someone this morning on the road and they wouldn't get out of the way, and I have my bag and I'm like, oh, and they were on their phone just going really slowly and sort of wandering, and I was like, I'm late. So I know what it feels like to be behind that person, but I've also been that person with the phone.
Yeah.
And I think we all have. It's just being open to your own flaws and knowing that other people will also have those flaws and good points too.
Where do you draw inspiration from?
Well, it's always really lovely when you get a new commission and you don't know what you're going to do. Quite often a little idea clicks straight away in your head, which you want for reassurance. And then I'd normally take that little idea and then literally take it for a walk. So I live near a river, so I'd go for a walk along the river and expand on it, and then hopefully the idea would develop a bit. And if it's still not quite there, I've got a Canadian canoe, which I then put in the river, so then I'm actually properly in the water, and then I paddle off upstream, and that's when the absolute killer ideas tend to happen. Which is probably symbolic, with sort of water going to the sea, and yeah, that's how it happens.
Are there themes and ideas that you find yourself returning to again and again in your work?
How sort of silly people are is one of them, and how adorable they are. It's very affectionate, my work. I was brought up by naturalists, not naked people, but people obsessed with nature. I'm very knowledgeable about all the birds, all the trees, all the plants. So I do, and I feel very akin to nature. I'm pretty much at one with nature because I lived in this Native American teepee, so I was literally living on nature. So nature figures very prominently, and I understand what things are and how they interact with each other. So I think, yeah, silly people and the glory of nature.
Do you consider yourself a foodie?
I have done professional cooking. I used to sell squirrel kebabs, cook and sell squirrel kebabs. And I lived in an incredible stately home which had a bed, and I ran the bed and breakfast in it sometimes. So I did professional cooking then. I even had like a chef's jacket with the buttons down there. And we did a massive shoot for Mario Testino, did the biggest ever Vogue shoot in this house and the grounds, and I did the catering for that. So Yeah, I have done quite a lot of proper cooking, which might not be evident from my Scotch egg.
Have you brought your distinctive style to our Scotch Egg Challenge today?
I think very much so, yeah. I've got a slight confession, which I don't actually like Scotch eggs.
Ooh.
I just don't like sausage meat particularly. Never liked sausages as a kid. So yeah, so when the brief came in, I was like, right, I'm gonna get my revenge on the Scotch egg here. But I'm surprised about how it's turned out actually, because it's really quite adorable what I've done. But what really excited me with this project was I wanted to bring the Scotch back into Scotch eggs. I've leaned very heavily into the Scottish aspect of the Scotch egg, because my father was Scottish, and so a lot of childhood memories of going into the sitting room and watching him weeping in front of the TV, watching Scotland being beaten at rugby. The Scottishness of the recipe includes Scots porridge oats, Scottish shortbread, Irn-Bru, Scotch whisky, and it's all literally capped off with a Scotch bonnet.
So can you walk us through step by step your process for creating it from the very beginning to kind of the finished piece?
I wanted to do something unique with the Scotch egg. So this is possibly the world's first hatching Scotch egg. So I started off with a sort of elementary Play-Doh type for the sausage meat, but I used Scottish oats and a bit of flour. And I made the Play-Doh until it, with the oats in it, it very much resembled genuine sausage meat. And then I got a Kinder egg and ate all the chocolate around it, got the little yellow thing and filled that with toothpaste, which would be the egg white, and then turmeric, which would be a sort of desiccated yolk. Closed it down, wrapped it up in the sausage meat, well, the Play-Doh, then rolled that in crushed Scottish shortbread, formed it into an egg shape, and there you have phase one of your proper Scottish Scotch egg. Not very edible, but edible. Then put it in the incubator for 10 days. We didn't, we just pulled it open. So it hatches, pull it open, formed it into a sort of chick shape, basic chick shape, popped open the Kinder egg, mixed up the paint, which was the toothpaste and the turmeric, painted it with that, made little feet for it, stood it on the feet. Then I used polo mints for the eye, which I pushed into the little head. Then I held them in place with two little cloves, which are like the pupils for the eyes. Then I fashioned the beak from a Fortnum's pâté de fruits, peach flavour, which is just the right colour for the little chicken beak. Then I topped it off with Scotch Bonnet, chilli pepper, the super hot chilli pepper, which I pinned into place on its head. And it looks spookily adorable, and technically it's edible.
I can't wait to see it properly, although I am slightly nervous. Shall we go to the kitchen?
Good reasons, yeah, okay.
So you'll forgive me if I approach this Scotch egg with a little bit of caution. Remind us here what we have again.
Well, we have a very delicious one of a kind, which is the world's first hatched Scotch egg. So it's made out of a beautiful melange of oats, flour, a hell of a lot of salt, cream of tartar, fruit pastels, mince with holes in them, chili pepper, and coated in toothpaste. I mean, what aren't you excited about trying?
This little chick looks absolutely adorable. I don't want to cut into him, but how do you suggest we approach it?
That's just an excuse, we're going to have to cut into him. I think the most delicious bit will be the beak. Everything else is going to be, you're going to be earning your fee for trying this, I tell you. I think we slice off his bottom, her bottom. Okay, in we go. Oh, it slices beautifully. There you go, raw flour, raw oats, Scotch whisky, Irn-Bru, and toothpaste. Ooh.
Sounds delicious.
I can't wait. I'm having a bigger slice, lucky me. Right.
Right, here we go.
After 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Go for it. Oh God, look at that. Oh, that's disgusting. So sorry. It's so salty. Well, Wow. Ah. Ooh. Mmm. Yum. Should have kept it as a work of art.
Now, we probably haven't had the best poker faces with this, but it's time to vote. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Well, it's a feast for the eyes.
If you were voting on its cuteness, it would definitely be a serve.
Okay, on its taste, yeah, I'll serve.
That certainly was a different experience. But before we go, is there anything you want to tell our audience about that you have coming up?
Well, firstly, I want to apologise because it was really not very delicious. But yeah, coming up, I'm doing a children's book with an American publisher about the interaction of colour. So how colour completely changes depending on the context in which you put it. And that's coming out, I think, either at the end of this year or the beginning of next year, but I'll be working on that throughout the year.